Chloe, what time is it?
I don't know, but it's getting kind of late.
The
Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna, Holiday Edition.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Kinda Late Show. I'm Anna.
And I'm Chloe, and this is the show where we talk about anything and everything going on in our lives and yours.
We would like to first start off by saying happy holidays to all of our viewers. Also, tonight's episode is the season finale of the Kinda Late Show.
Yep, and it's definitely been a fun few weeks, and we're going to continue that fun tonight with our holiday-themed season finale.
Since this is the season finale, we have a lot of fun planned and we're going to start off the show with a little game.
One of the best parts of the holiday season is the classic movies that we get to watch each year.
So for our game, we each have a few quotes written down from our favorite Christmas movies, and the other person will have to guess what movie we're referencing.
Okay. You ready to go?
Yeah.
So I'm going to lose.
Okay. So the first one is, ooh, ah, that's it. I'm not going.
The Grinch.
Yes. The
Okay.
Grinch is my favorite Christmas movie. I watch it like probably 17 times every year.
I'm honestly surprised I got that.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. That one's kind of easy, only because it wasn't really popular on TikTok for a second.
But I just think it's so funny. I love that movie.
It is funny though. I kind of want to movie night rewatch it
Yes.
because I never have been able to get through it. Well, I have gotten through it, but like I'll always try to rewatch it. I know last Christmas we tried to rewatch it, and I'll always like just turn it off.
How? It's by far favorite Christmas movie. I can watch it I will sit there and watch it like 3 times in a row. Like I don't need to take a break. I will just sit there and watch it and rewatch it. I think it's so funny. I sit there and laugh the whole time. I have most of it memorized. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, okay.
It's so good. One time we were watching it and I convinced my friend that Cindy Lou Who dies at the end,
Oh
which
my
isn't
gosh.
true. But I convinced my friend of that. It was really funny. She like believed me for a second. Like when they're on the sleigh going down the hill, I was like, oh yeah, like this is where she dies. And she's like, what? And I was like, you didn't know that? She's like, no, like I don't think I've ever finished the movie. And I was like, yeah, like Cindy Lou Who dies at the end. It's not true, guys.
I
Don't
can't
worry.
believe that would be like a Christmas movie. But my quote is, we elves try to stick to our 4 main food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
That's from Elf.
It is from Elf. That one's like one of the most iconic Christmas movies ever though. Like,
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. That was the first thing I thought of. I was like, I have to do something from Elf. It's like everybody watches it every single season. It's every time you're in school too. Like that's the movie they'll put on. Oh, you don't know what to
Yeah.
watch? Polar Express or Elf?
Mm-hmm.
It's always between the two, and it's funny. It's a classic, I think.
Definitely a
Maybe
classic.
not a classic, but it's
Will Ferrell, top
Oh,
notch.
yeah.
10 out of 10 performance.
exactly. But it's like it's just happy, and like it's
It
an
is
easy
happy.
one to watch. Like everybody will like kind of enjoy it if you put it on.
Yeah,
Like-
and the scene where he's like skipping through the city, and it's just like it's actually him talking to random people in the city.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's
didn't
like
know
like
that.
he's going across the sidewalk, the crosswalk. Sorry, and like he starts talking to somebody that's just like a random dude.
Oh,
I'm pretty
cute.
sure. I may have false information. Don't quote me on that, but I'm like pretty sure. Next quote is, "Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad."
Elf. There we go. At least we have different quotes. We don't know any of these beforehand, by the way.
Yeah.
Other than the ones we picked.
Yeah, no, Elf's definitely a good one, a classic, if you will. I enjoy it. I actually didn't really watch Elf until maybe like 2-3 years ago. Like it wasn't something I watched a lot growing up.
I remember when I found out that it was Zooey Deschanel that played the girl. It was like a revelation. I was like,
I know,
New
that
Girl?
was such big news. Like I didn't know that because I love New Girl and she just looks so different.
She does. It like threw me off. Like I didn't make the connection right away because isn't she like blonde or something? In the
Yeah,
movie?
she's blonde in Elf, but
So-
she's brunette. Oh, and she didn't have like bangs or glasses
Yeah.
or anything, and that's like her classic look.
Exactly. And their
Just
like
like that's what you
characters are so
expect.
different too. Like
Yeah,
New
they're
Girl
two
and
completely
Elf.
different people.
But like when I found out, I was like stunned. I was like, that's not the same person.
I want them to make a new version of Elf, but except it's like it's Jessica Day instead of whatever the other girl's name is, because she would love Christmas. She'd be all over Buddy. Like,
Oh, I think they would get along. Like, you know
They'd
how
be
they kind of
best
had that,
friends.
like, oh, I don't totally like you type of
Yeah.
vibe? They definitely would get along, and they would be best friends.
we
but-
should make that a thing.
Yeah, we'll definitely let them know. Okay, so my next quote is, "Oh, come now, if Santa stayed home, why there would be no Christmas."
I know the movie. I can't think of the name of it. I watch it
That
every
one's an
year.
actual classic.
I love that movie. No, is it? No. Is it Year Without a Santa Claus?
Yeah,
okay.
it is.
I love
Yeah.
that movie. It's so good.
That one like is one of the ones where every single year like I want it to be on. Like there's a select few movies that every single Christmas season I want to watch them, and it's usually like the really old ones that are like either like the claymation type or like the old cartoons.
The
like
claymation ones just hit different.
yes, they have like a special place in my heart, and I love them. And I feel like every year it's just something I'm like, I really want to watch this one. I think we used to have it like recorded too on our like, what is it? What?
Like a DVR.
Yeah, there we go.
What even is that? Like, I don't
What
even
is
know.
that? But yeah, what's the next quote?
The next quote is, "Why's the carpet all wet, Todd?" "I don't know, Margot." I don't think you're gonna get it.
I don't think I'm gonna get this. I feel like it's not like an old one. I feel like, is it like? Oh, if I say Home Alone, I'm gonna get actually judged. It's not Home Alone. Oh no, I don't know.
It's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
What is that? I've never heard of that.
Oh my god, it is so good. It's like one of my mom's favorite movies. And so holiday season rolls around, it's on repeat in my house. That's the only thing that it's on. There's 2 TVs in my house. Both TVs are playing National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation nonstop. It's so good.
I don't think
Please
I've
go
heard
and
of
watch it. I love it. My whatever his name is, my mom got a cardboard cutout of him for her friend for her 50th birthday because like they are obsessed with him. Like they're obsessed with the movie. It's so good. Thank you. It's Chevy Chase. I'm saying thank you to everybody else who's helping me out today. But Chevy Chase, what a star. Love him. But great movie. Highly recommend. You need to go watch it.
That I've like never heard of that. That's so I don't even know. But for my next one, it is I was afraid of that. The thermometer is turning reddish. I hate red thermometers. This is from a classic.
Is it the one with the no, because that's the same. Is that the same movie? No. I don't know.
You don't know? It's from Frosty the Snowman.
Oh.
It's when he's dying in the greenhouse. When he's
I was
dying.
never a Frosty kid. Sorry, I hate to break it to you.
I used to think it was so long and it was like only a half hour.
No,
But
I
used
was
to
never a
think that
Frosty
was
kid. I remember I would sing it in chorus every year. We would do like a little holiday concert, sing
You're
Frosty.
missing out.
Sorry, my bad.
He literally died in the greenhouse.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't like. I was just never like. I knew the song, of course.
I'll convince you that he
Oh.
dies. No.
Well, I know like the storyline. The storyline is in the song,
Well, yeah.
so like there's really no point in watching it. So our next quote is, "Seeing is believing, but sometimes the most real things in the world are the things we can't see."
Oh, Santa Claus.
No.
1.
No.
Most-
It's the
what-
Polar Express.
Oh, is it? Oh my. Yeah. You're so right. I was thinking about like one scene where in Santa Claus when the sleigh is like down. That's what I was thinking of. I was in Polar
I love the
Express.
Santa Claus movies. They're really good. Those are also like
Yeah.
some of my favorite holiday movies.
No, definitely. But I love Polar. Oh, okay. Polar Express is also like a classic.
Very much so.
Like
'Cause
it
that's
got
what-
boring, but like
That's what you watch in
watch
elementary
it.
school, and they would
Exactly.
like make hot cocoa, and then it'd be pajama day.
those are the best.
Like my teachers would bring popcorn. It was like the one you always had to stay in your classroom, but like that was the one time you'd be able to like jump between classrooms, get different snacks. They
Yeah,
had
we
maybe
couldn't do
some
that.
different movies going on, but it was always like Polar Express.
Polar Express.
I
That was
love
always
Polar
the best
Express,
one.
the hot chocolate.
It was always just like that really would put you in a Christmas spirit. But for my last quote, a toy is never truly happy until it is loved by a child.
Is it Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
It is, yeah.
That's what I was like from the island of misfit toys.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know.
Rudolph's another one with like a song.
Yeah, one of the best songs, I think. Everybody knows the words.
True.
I used to sing that.
You got your little reindeer ears on.
Yeah.
You could be Rudolph for the
I
day.
love Rudolph. No, I just always loved it. It was always just such a nice, like, I don't know. It was just amazing.
I used to have like one of the things we decorate my house with is we put like a different holiday themed stuffed animal on each step going upstairs to my house. I don't know why we do that, but apparently that's just something we do. And one of them is a reindeer, like a Rudolph, and you press a button and he sings Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's cute. No, we used to do like a Christmas thing, and the kids would get up on stage and sing Rudolph. But that is all the quotes that we have for right now. But stay tuned for right after this because we got more after this break.
Athletics. Aaron, there are 6 big points. This is the one you've been waiting for. This group has never beaten Cortland.
Getting started with some men's soccer as the Lakers had 2 conference matchups.
For half of the Lakers' goals this entire season.
Offense is key. You talked all about scoring goals.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
For the governor race with a strong lead, former Governor Andrew Cuomo is...
Barlow announced the completion of a large building mural in downtown Oswego.
The renovations on the Hewitt Union Building, turning it into the new Hewitt Hall.
And as we move into tomorrow, that rain is going to be in our area.
Moving to the Diamond now, as Sweet Caroline got a lot sweeter last night.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire, but you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
We've been marinating chicken in all sorts of liquids for 24 hours. These are vitamins and minerals and things that you need, nutrients. The chicken speedy is a staple of our culture.
Welcome back to the Kinda Late Show, season finale and special holiday episode.
So one of my favorite holiday traditions is having a gingerbread contest with my brother and my cousins every year. So I thought it would be a great idea to bring that fun to the show this week.
So here we have 2 gingerbread houses that we're going to be decorating throughout the rest of the show.
And at the end, you can head to our Twitter, WTOP Kinda Late, and vote on whose you think was the best gingerbread house.
So let's begin.
So speaking of traditions, do you have any fun holiday traditions that we can talk about while we're attempting to decorate our gingerbread houses?
Of course I do. So first off, I used to be in the church choir, yes. And every single Christmas morning, I would wake up and go to Mass and sing in front of a bunch of people unwillingly. As much as I didn't like it at the time, it's obviously very good memories. I can't get this open. And
you could
it's open, but I can't get it
throw
out.
out the little, there's an icing bag.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, there's an icing bag. I threw it out. Anyways, we used to go and we would sing in front of everyone, and I just never really wanted to do it all the time because it was just like you'd wake up, you'd open your gifts, and then my parents would be like, time to go to church. But it wasn't even like you just went to church. You went and you sang in front of people, and I can't sing. But honestly, looking back at it, it's good memories, but I didn't like it at the time. But my favorite tradition for Christmas, I almost said Halloween, for Christmas.
Wrong episode, Chloe.
Yeah. Christmas Eve, we would go and we do like the 7 fishes, but it's not really 7 fish. But we are kind of picky, so we don't do like 7 fishes. We do
fish.
Like, stop. We do just 7 different types of seafood. So we do like mussels, clams, crab, like sometimes lobster, sushi. It's great. I love it. It tastes so good, and I look forward to it every single year. But I don't know how you did that. You put it in like the.
I've been doing this
for
years.
But other than that, my family used to wake up really early on Christmas, as in 3 a.m. early, and that's when we would go and open our gifts. And it annoyed my parents so much. Me and my 2 brothers, we used to just go and I'd wake up my parents too early, and they would get mad at us, but we'd open our gifts at like 3 or 4 a.m. And honestly, they were always so tired. And luckily now it's gotten better. We do like 7 or 8 a.m. But I remember that's like one thing that we did every single year. And another thing we do on Christmas is go to my like relative's house, and I get to see my cousins for like the first time that year, and the only time that year pretty much. But it's always fun. I get to catch up with everyone. But my other favorite tradition and my final tradition is the pickle ornament. So we put a pickle ornament on like the Christmas tree, and on Christmas morning, me and my brothers will go and try and find it. And whoever finds it gets like the gift, the special gift. And one year it was an ice pack.
That is, why an ice pack? It
yeah.
doesn't even make sense.
So yeah, but we would go and we would like fight each other. Like we would go hunting for that pickle ornament. It was like a little pickle with a Santa hat on, and it was somewhere in the tree. And honestly, it was fun. We're still gonna do it, but that's all for my traditions. Anna, do you have any traditions?
I do, of course I have traditions. I'm attempting to put the icing.
I gave up on
in
that,
the
and I'm just gonna use my
bag.
hands.
So every year for Christmas Eve, we have everybody from my mom's side. My dad's side.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody from my dad's side comes over to my house for Christmas Eve, and we have a nice little Christmas Eve dinner, and do gifts, which is always really fun. And then my one aunt, she really likes to spoil us, so she'll give us like one big gift and then a bunch of like small gifts. So like it's always really exciting to see what she gets us that year. So that's Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, I'm gonna make a mess. Christmas Day. Oh, Chloe, how are you already covered in icing?
Because I don't have the funnel bag.
Yeah, I don't know how you managed to do that, but Christmas Day, we go over to my grandma's house, my mom's side of the family, get to see all those cousins, which is really fun. Get presents from my grandma and my aunts and uncles and cousins. Also have a wonderful Christmas
almost knocked the paper towels off the table
with like ham and stuff. Which, if you watch the Thanksgiving episode, you know I love ham. So that's Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, and then a few days later with some of my cousins that can't make it to those like celebrations, if you will. We'll go bowling with them, which is fun, and then we'll go to Friendly's after and exchange gifts. So that's always something to look forward to, because like I always, after Christmas is over, I'm always like, oh, that's so sad, like it was fun, but now it's over. But then like a few days later, we go bowling, so that's something to look forward to. I'm already making a mess. Another thing is my dad was in the fire department, along with like my uncle, my cousin, like my whole family was in the fire department. And every year they would do a parade and decorate all the trucks to look pretty, and then somebody would dress up as Santa and sit on the back of the truck, go around to all the neighborhoods, all the kids would come up, take pictures, and then they would like throw candy canes off the trucks. So that was really fun, something to look forward to. And then because my dad was in the fire department, they'd all stop at my house for like snacks and stuff, so I got to see everybody, so that was really fun. And then lastly, I've figure skated my whole life, and at the rink that I skate at, we do a holiday show every year, which is really fun. And so I would do my solo and then a duet with my friend Chloe, not this Chloe, a different Chloe, because I know so many Chloes that I've been skating with since I was little, and we do a duet every year, which is always really fun. We did our last one last year, which was really sad, but it was also funny because we like couldn't take it seriously because it was the last one, and we've just like completely given up. Like she fell and we were just laughing the whole time, so it's always really fun. We did a superhero themed one because we both really liked Supergirl and the Flash at the time, so I dressed up as Supergirl, she dressed up as the Flash, and we skated to the song from their crossover episode, Super Friends, because it's about them being friends and superheroes, so that was really fun. So I'm gonna go, when I go home, I'm gonna go watch her do her solo. It's gonna be sad not having a duet with her this year, but it's fun. I'm excited to go back and watch and see everybody skate. So those are all my holiday traditions. Holiday traditions are really fun.
Yeah, I actually did the fire department thing too, surprisingly. I was also in the junior department, and we used to go around doing the candy cane things too, which is really cool. Because I like forgot that it's not just like one department thing.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people do it.
But it was always really fun. As you can tell, I'm really good at.
Yeah, how did yours?
Look, it looks
I think
amazing.
I know who's gonna win.
I don't even want to talk about it right now. Like, I think it looks great.
Well, besides fun traditions, do you have any like embarrassing Christmas stories? Because you know I love to call you out on embarrassing moments.
Of course I do. As much as this is embarrassing, I'm willing to admit it. I did in fact go through my One Direction phase last year. My One Direction phase started quarantine, so my parents for Christmas got me some One Direction stuff for Christmas, and I did in fact sob. I completely cried. And you know what? No regrets, because it was great and I loved it. But that phase is not over, but it's definitely less. And looking back, I'm like, you really did cry like a little baby from getting like a One Direction blanket. But you know what? It was great, and I loved it, and I still love it. So I don't even want to talk about it. But other than that, I would also say, I said before that I was in the church choir. Getting up in front of everyone, I don't know. I think that was embarrassing. I also like literally can't sing.
I'm gonna interrupt you. You got like a pretty Christmas green. I got like yellow.
Yeah, they just like me more.
This
honestly.
is not a Christmassy color, or like a Hanukkah color. I mean, Hanukkah kind of has some. It's like yellow.
It's like blue
and white. I don't know.
Okay, at least you have a piping bag. So
you can go back to your story now. I just wanted to complain that you got a good fondant and I didn't. It's falling apart.
Well, yeah. Speaking of singing, I also used to sing in front of like I mentioned like the elementary school. Like we would go and we'd have like this one guy come in and he would sing for everyone, and like it was like the Santa like things that you do as a kid, and at the end they'd have everybody come up and sing like Rudolph, and I would do that every single time. But I think my final embarrassing thing though is we had this tradition where we would go and we would send off letters to Santa, and honestly it's fun, and you get cookies and cider after, so no regrets. But I was a little too old at one point. I was like 16 going and handing them in. And I would see people with their like younger siblings, but we didn't really have younger siblings. My brother's like 3 years younger than me. We weren't that young. And we would go and we'd hand them. But honestly, it's still all good memories. It was just like we were a little too old. Like we were a solid like 16. But like we still loved it, and we went every year. It was Postman Pete, actually. That was his name. And we would go and put letters in, and we'd take a picture, and we'd go into this like old house thing in my neighborhood and just eat the cookies and have the nice warm cider. And they had these like orange things where you'd stick pins in them, and it smelled really good. But those like, I don't know, were the most embarrassing. It wasn't even like too embarrassing, but I would consider them my funny, embarrassing moments. But enough about me. What about you, Anna?
So I don't know if you'd really call this embarrassing. Also, I'm needing my fondant because
Okay,
I
have
watched a lot
frosting
of
on my hands.
I watched a lot of Cake Boss as a kid, so I know you got to
loved
do
Cake
this
Boss.
to make it like good. So that's what I'm working on right now. It's very difficult. I made a bit of a mess. Anyway,
You made a mess.
Yeah, you're covered in icing, so I don't know how you're gonna get through that. But I haven't started.
It'd be great,
so
actually.
I don't know if it's really embarrassing, but my grandma will always get me like really like gifts that are not age appropriate, but in the sense of like it's for maybe like 5 to 7 year olds, and I'm fully 18, so I don't really know where that's coming from. Like, well, last year she got and she also gets my cousin and I because we're a year apart, and she'll get us the same gifts a lot. So that's whatever. But like she will give me like decorate your own diary. And that was like 2 years ago, or like small little Disney princess chapsticks, and I'm like, Grandma, come on, I'm older than that. But enough about my semi-embarrassing story. Do you have any like funny Christmas memories you'd like to share with us tonight?
Actually, I do. So I, in fact, have a cat, which I did talk about on the Thanksgiving episode. Her name is Pepper, and she is kind of fat. And so when we first got her, we got her around Christmas time, and she was very, very tiny. Like, she was small. And so she was able to hop in the Christmas tree and stay in there and not like have it fall over because she was so small. Now, come the next year, she was not small anymore. She was fat. And so she would try and jump in the Christmas tree, and we're like, yo, Pepper, you gotta cut it out. It's gonna fall. And so I was watching the tree as she was trying to jump in, and it was fully decorated, ornaments and all, like glass ornaments, or like the I guess like ceramic ones where it's like if it falls it shatters. And I like walk away for a second, like I was holding the tree, I'd kick her out the tree, and I walk away for a second, she hops in the tree, and it falls over, and it and some of the ornaments shatter. It was loud. I was like, oh my God. And my cat runs away. She has never hopped in the tree once ever since then. But honestly, she's traumatized of the tree. I'm traumatized now because I walked away for literally a second to I went by the bathroom in the same area, and she knocked it over. But do you have anything to top that?
I don't know if it tops it, but don't mind me multitasking because I realized I did not have as much time to build this house that I thought I did.
I don't either.
So we're just gonna work with it.
This is gonna be a cute door.
It's a mess. Anyway. So funny story. My great aunt came down for Christmas a few years ago. Came up. She lives in South Carolina. I'm getting my directions confused. But
That's
so we
cute.
always like Christmas Eve after everybody leaves. We'll like play cards or something just to like relax because all of us are like adrenaline rush. We had everybody over. It's a fun time. So we'll play cards to just relax. And our favorite game, it's not necessarily a card game, but I don't know if anybody's ever played Spoons. We play
I
a lot
love
of spoons. We think it's really funny to play with like my grandma because she gets really confused and struggles a lot with it. So we get entertained by that, which sounds horrible, but I promise you it's all out of love. But so my great aunt, which is my grandma's sister, she was with us. She was staying with us one year, and we got her to play with us, and she went and reached for a spoon. So I don't know if you like know the concept of spoons, but like you're trying to get all four, and then once somebody gets all four, you grab the spoon from the middle of the table, and then everybody else just starts going ham and grabbing spoons. So she didn't really understand that concept. So the first time we played with her, we're all grabbing spoons, and she just didn't realize. So she just keeps picking up cards, and we're just like laughing at her. But yeah, what are some? That was a fun time. I also like getting the gifts from her every year. What are some of your favorite gifts you've ever gotten, Chloe?
Honestly, my big memorable one is probably the fact that I got an iPod Touch one year, and it was like the year before my brothers got iPads. So not only was I cooler than them, but I was also had technology that they didn't have, and it was like the first like thing that like was our own electronic. Like we'd have like our parents' iPads, but like I had an iPod Touch to myself now, and it was very fun, and I loved it. But I remember I got like the case first, and that's how I knew I was getting the iPod, because the iPod was in my stocking, but the case was in wrapping. And I was like, yo, what's this case doing? And then I got the iPod Touch in the stocking, and I was like, I'm so cool. And then I got like Monster High dolls, which were always fun and fresh. And yeah. But Anna, what about you? What are some of your favorites?
I'm also gonna talk about when I got my iPod Touch, because my aunt was staying with us, and I come down the stairs and she's filming me. I had been asking for an iPod Touch for so long, and she's filming me, and I was like, okay, whatever, she's just weird. And I just see a little box, and it looked like the shape of an iPod Touch. And so I was like, no way. And I picked it up, and I got very excited and started unwrapping it and figured out what it was and just started bawling my eyes out. So there's a video somewhere of
my
me
One Direction stuff.
opening an iPod Touch and just hysterical crying, which is chill. It's vibes. I also got I really like going and watching live theater, which is fun. So like my mom will get me Broadway tickets sometimes. I always get really excited about. I'm going to see a football game in January. I already know that's one of my Christmas presents, so I'm really excited about that. This house is really not as good as I was expecting it to be.
Mine's actually phenomenal.
Unfortunately, because I got distracted talking.
Oh no. I can't open it.
So, it's the front of my house. This is the front of my house. It's not looking too hot. I'm also like, everything's falling off my house, but here's the front. It's got a nice little door and windows.
This is my house, actually. This is the front, this is the door.
The front of mine looks pretty, so I have that going for me.
This is the top. It is my favorite, but yeah.
All right, I think it's time to give up on the houses, because that's all the time we have for today, but let's really take a nice look at these, because I'm a little concerned with mine. I have started trying to make a nice little frame on the side, but...
Well, are there any final touches you want to add? Not really.
Everyone can take a look at our gingerbread houses, and remember to go on our Twitter, WTOP Kinda Late, and vote on which one you think is better.
Now, although this is all the time that we have for today, don't worry, this isn't the end of the Kinda Late show, because we will be back next semester to talk about anything and everything that continues to go on in our lives and yours.
Thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you next time on
The Kinda Late Show.
Athletics. Aaron, there were 6 big points. This is the one you've been waiting for. This group has never beaten Cortland.
Getting started with some men's soccer as the Lakers had 2 conference matchups
For half of the Lakers' goals this entire season.
Offense is key. You talked all about scoring goals.
Welcome to Understood.org, a free online resource for parents of kids with learning and attention issues, with personalized recommendations, tools, and daily access to experts to help your child thrive. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.